Hey, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Functional Family Fridays. Hi, I'm Reiki Rita Roberts. I'm a holistic family wellness coach. Sometimes I call myself a family relationship coach. Either way, I deal with dysfunctional families and try to help people transform their lives back from fear to love. So that's my main passion. So today I'm outside, it's gorgeous, just getting some energy from here, and I want to talk to you about excuses. All right, we all use them, right? So I want to talk about why we make excuses for our parents' hurtful behavior or other family members' hurtful behavior. Why do we make excuses? Well, excuses or fear, okay? Fear of what? Remember what I said earlier. Every decision we make is based on fear or love. Excuses or fear. Fear of what? Facing the truth about a scary or difficult situation, right? And excuses goes hand in hand with its cousin, procrastination. Procrastination is another stall tactic for avoiding the truth, right? Because a lot of times the truth is scary, and I hate when people say that, and I'm saying it now. It's not scary. It's the only way to become free and to become evolved and emotionally free. You gotta face the truth, right? So if you're overwhelmed with stress, pain, and unhappiness, wouldn't you want to expose the truth about what's happening in your family, your toxic, hurtful parent? Why wouldn't you? To make it stop. To me, it never makes sense how people will make excuses for bad behavior and suffer in silence. You know, you're only hurting yourself. Clearly, it's your self-worth that's struggling here, that's very low, that you don't believe you deserve better. Hence the program that's going to come out this month. So there's probably more, but there's three common reasons why people choose to suffer in silence with their emotional pain. So number one, they don't want to admit that the person that's supposed to love them the most is hurting them the most, which is your parent. They don't want to admit that. That's so painful to admit that. It's a really big, hard pill to swallow. Because, I'm just moving this camera up, if the person who bore us can't love us, then we believe, what are the chances of someone else loving us? Near to nothing. So that's what we end up believing, that if my mother can't love me or my father, why would anybody else? Okay, so we start to believe that we're unlovable, right? Because of those deep-rooted beliefs that parent doesn't love me, then no one else will love me. And we need love to survive, because nothing exists or nothing works in the absence of love. Think about it for a minute. Not your diet, not your work, not your finances, not your family, not your relationships, not your health, okay? With the absence of love, nothing works. So think about the world we're living in right now. It's completely fear-based. So guess what? Big surprise why it's not working. Oh, we got some great little birds coming into the video, which is great. So nothing's working because there's more fear now than love. So I'm not surprised. The frequency of that energy, that vibration, is not sustainable, okay? So yeah, when we don't want to admit that our parent doesn't love us because it hurts too much, and we think, well, if they don't love us, then I'm unlovable and no one else will love me, okay? That's why we make that excuse. That's the first reason. Reason number two, they're afraid of being judged by other people if they found out, right? The wounded person's ego is already so vulnerable that they're afraid of more pain. So they don't need other people judging them. They believe that other people will judge them, right? But you gotta know this. Good, kind-hearted people, compassionate people, empathetic people will not judge you. But if you don't come out and say that you're suffering, no one can help you, okay? So you need to be honest with yourself first so that people can help you, you know? Awareness is key, and that's the first stage to the I Deserve Better program is emotional awareness. If you don't know something's broken, you can't fix it, okay? If you don't know there's something wrong with you, you can't fix it. So being aware is key, just like the doctor needs to know your symptoms in order to give you a diagnosis and fix the problem. So emotional healing is no different. You have to become aware. People need to become aware. You need to become aware of your unhappiness in order to fix it. Okay? Don't be afraid. All right? Happens to all of us. Another thing that I noticed from a lot of people in my group is, and people I've talked to, is what concerns them is being alone with this. They believe that they're the only one that has this problem, which is so not true. If you were to sit there and ask people honestly what their family's like, or if there is stress or some sort of emotional control, anguish, pain, suffering, unhappiness, if they're honest, I would say about 9 people out of 10 would raise their hand, okay? If they're honest, right? But if you're not honest, you can't fit. You're only kidding yourself. And guess what? You're gonna suffer in silence. People will go on with their lives, and at the end of the day, you'll get left behind. So, no, you're not alone in your suffering, right? If you were, I wouldn't be doing this video because I suffer, and millions of other people are suffering. So, I may not have the cure for COVID-19, but I'm focusing on families because honestly, my belief is that a lot of the problems we're having in society start at a family basis. Just imagine if every family was healthy, loving, compassionate, considerate, conscious, we wouldn't have half these problems that we have today. Okay? So no, you're not alone. And don't be afraid to tell other people in fear that they'll judge you. You know, the ones, and here's what's funny, the ones who are critical and do judge, you know why? Because they have the same problem, but their ego and pride is too big to admit it. So they actually judge you to break you down and keep you quiet because they don't want to deal with the insecurity themselves. So it's easier in their mind to shut you up and not, get you to speak so that they don't have to face their own fear of dealing with their own problems. So that's what insecure people do. All right, so don't be afraid to be judged. Remember, talk to the right people, people that are going to care about you, people that love you, people that have your best interests. Don't talk to a bunch of morons on Facebook and people that pretend they have happy lives when they really don't, okay? Talk to honest people, people who care about you, people that love you unconditionally, all right? That's who you talk to, all right? And the other thing is about not just being judged is that we want to belong. We need a sense of belonging. And for all of us, we believe our family is where we belong. But a lot of times, people like myself who are black sheep, I don't like that term, we feel we don't belong there. So if we don't belong in our family, then where would we belong? So we make the excuse that my family's okay because we need that sense of belonging. But I'm here to tell you, there are so many other groups and places that you do fit in, and that would be more than happy to have your energy in it. All right? So don't feel like you have to suffer in silence and make excuses to stay connected to a family that's toxic and unsupportive and won't love you the way you deserve to be loved. Okay? So reason number 3 people make excuses is to avoid change. Again, I've talked about this before. Change is inevitable, my friends. Okay? This too will pass. This will change. Seasons change. Things change. We move from young to older. Our bodies change. Everything changes. And stop resisting something that's natural, right? So that to me is the definition of insanity as well. It's trying to resist change when change is inevitable. That's just crazy. So I want you to embrace change because change is good. And even with all this COVID crazy going on, believe it or not, aside from all the fear, there's new change coming. People are waking up. People are becoming more conscientious. Some people, we're gonna be divided, obviously. We're gonna have the fear-based people, and we're gonna have the conscientious people, okay? So change is inevitable, all right? And the thing is, once you know something, you can't unknow it. So people that are afraid of change don't want that to become, public knowledge and awareness. And that's actually counterintuitive. You actually have to speak up, embrace change, be open and honest so you can start fixing your unhappiness. All right. Problem is, people like their comfort zones, right? Even if it's negative, it's familiar to them, believe it or not. Because a lot of times other people will go, why are they suffering? Why are they staying in a, domestic violence situation or toxic control? Because believe it or not, that's all they know. That's all you know, maybe. And that seems comfortable for you, even though it's uncomfortable, because that's all you know. So by staying there, you feel in control of the situation, but you're really not, okay? So again, it's counterintuitive. So, you have to get uncomfortable learning a new way to live and a new way to be, right? Everything's like that. Think about a new job you started for the first time. You didn't know it, you didn't feel confident, you didn't feel comfortable, but you learned it and you slowly built the self-confidence that you needed to feel empowered. So the same thing with emotional healing. At first, coming out, talking about it is uncomfortable. Making some changes is uncomfortable. But eventually, you're going to adapt. You're going to learn how to live healthier. And when you learn to live healthier, you become more confident, more empowered, more energetic, and you wonder how you ever lived like that before. Okay? So it always goes back to self-worth. Are you worth it? Okay? Do you feel worth it? Maybe right now you don't feel worth it, but I'm here to tell you that you are valuable, you are precious, and God has a plan for you. That's why you're here, okay? That you need to step into your purpose so that you could feel empowered and feel good about your life. Maybe your toxic parent or family members of the world or the bullies out there have drilled in your head how unperfect you are and how flawed you are and how you'll never amount to anything. But I'm here to tell you it's nothing but lies. That's their own fear being projected onto you. So please don't absorb it, right? Don't own that. That's not who you are. So if that's you and you're making excuses for your bad parent, their negative behavior, their stress, the pain, okay, the toxicity, until you feel you deserve better, nothing's going to change, okay? I remember when I was contemplating divorce, the same thing. Until you say to yourself, I deserve better. Just an ounce of self-worth. That's all you need to start changing the energy. And the universe will start to send you things that will help you get better, okay? So please do not let yourself get comfortable with pain, right? If you need my help, I could offer you some solutions today, okay? So I have short-term, long-term. The short-term is I've got download the free toxic parent survival guide right now so you can protect yourself in the environment you are right now. So download that. Okay, that's the first thing you can do. The other thing you could do is join my free Facebook group called Stressful Family Relationships. There you're going to get some tips, tools, strategies on how to do it, how to stay safe and protect yourself, but most importantly, realize that you're not alone. I've got almost 200 people in there that feel the same way you do, so get on board, okay? And the long-term solution that's coming this month, I know it's at April 1st, but I'm still working out ironing out some of the kinks in the program, so bear with me, it's coming, called I Deserve Better. It's an online emotional empowerment program, okay? So click the link below to get on the mailing list. This is going to help you transform yourself into that confident, happy, courageous person that I know you really are, okay? So I hope you found this video on stop making excuses, push yourself, get out there for God's sake, stand up, wipe your tears, stop crying, and start fixing your life. There are people like me that are willing and ready to help you. So the next step is yours. Take advantage of that, okay? Know that you're worth it. So from my heart to yours, God bless you. Stay in the light of love. Don't give up, okay? Stay hopeful. This too will pass, and brighter days are coming. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Be well.